The thinking skill I find most difficult is flexibility of mind because normally I have one idea and when people don't like it I try really hard to let it go but I just can't because I think my idea is the best idea there is.
Well, the thinking skill that comes most naturally to me, I think, is empathy, as I find it easier to relate to people and to understand what they're going through.
I think the thinking skill that comes most easily is flexibility of mind, because as soon as sometimes when we get a creative homework, as soon as I get it, then I get another link, which is something I want to do, and then I keep getting links on it. So I think I can expand on one thing, and then my brain is a bit strange because it can make things, I can think out of the box in a weird way.
So a thinking skill that I find quite difficult is good judgment, because I find it difficult to make the right decision sometimes, and this has happened through my time at Orley, but over the years I think I've gotten better at it and my judgment is also getting better.
So a thinking skill I would like to improve on is empathy, because I find it really hard to experience how it is for other people and put myself in their shoes if I haven't been through it like them.
So one of the thinking skills that comes least naturally to me is probably risk taking, because I'm just not the kind of guy that likes the adrenaline coursing through my body. I mean, yeah, the closest I've got to taking big risk was in Paris when I went down the log flume, but apart from that, yeah, adrenaline is not for me.
The thinking skill that doesn't come easily to me is focus, because I just forgot everything I was meant to say. And I had a lot of stuff planned, but I just can't remember anything.
So a thinking skill that I struggle with is perhaps flexibility of mind, because I find that sometimes I'm too opinionated and I always try and shut out other people's opinions. I think that's something which I really need to work on at my next school.
So the thinking skill which comes most naturally to me is empathy, because I like thinking how other people might think and comforting people in hard times.
A thinking skill that comes easiest to me is risk taking, because normally I jump into decisions without thinking of the consequences, and sometimes it gets me into trouble, but it comes naturally.
My best thinking skill, and the one that comes most easily, has to be ambition, as I have clear goals in life, like I want to be a lawyer and a businesswoman. I've always known I wanted to do that.
Okay, so the thinking skill I think I've struggled most with is probably good judgment, because a lot of the times I've made quite a few mistakes and there have been consequences to that. And then in a way I think the only way to get better at good judgment is to make those mistakes and learn from your mistakes. And I think the thinking skill that I have been quite good at over the years has been risk taking, because a lot of the time I've taken risks that have paid off for me. Sometimes those risks probably haven't been sensible, but yeah, a lot of the time it's paid off.
One of my favourite thinking skills that I love is resilience, because it shows people to never give up and you can do anything you really want to. And one of the things that I have been resilient in is probably the production, because obviously there's been a few incidents in the production, but because I really was committed to the production, I really wanted to do it, so I still decided to do it.
My thinking skill which I struggle most on is initiative. I think in loads of lessons my teachers will know I ask too many questions, but some of the questions I could just use my initiative and figure out the answer for myself. But on the other hand, curiosity does come to me easily, because it's the opposite of initiative almost.
So resilience comes to me naturally because I've had quite a few falls and a bit of fails. So it's just important to me to get up and keep going.
The thinking skill that comes most naturally to me is creativity, because in a subject like art or design and technology, I get ideas quite easily and I don't have to go through a long thought process to think of different things. It just comes naturally to me.
The thinking skill that comes easiest to me is probably curiosity, because all my friends always kind of get annoyed at me because I ask so many questions and it's kind of funny. I'm always like, why? And they're like, ugh.
The thinking skill that probably comes most naturally to me is risk taking,
because I like taking many different risks such as parachuting, abseiling, skydiving, and I'm not really afraid of death, so yeah.